Welcome, ladies, to another episode of the Lab Review. Today, I am joined by my lovely co hosts, Ari, Britt, and me, La Ramsey. Hey, ladies.
Hey, girly, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Well,
very good.
Yo, well, we had a very eventful week, and
Absolutely.
I know we were going to talk about something else today, but between the inauguration, that Verzuz, that biopic for Salt and Pepper.
So I missed that. I have to catch up on Salt and Pepper.
What about you, Ari? You made it. Did you watch it?
watch
Salt
what?
and Pepper, the Salt and Pepper
Ooh.
bio.
Yeah.
Brother.
I just wasn't liking the vibe of it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Did you make it through the trailer, sis?
I'm trying. Let me take a sip of my drink.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. So, for the inauguration, did you guys tune in? Yeah, I
So,
was off.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, okay.
Was
so
off.
I'm getting part at all.
Huh?
Already.
For the most part, I don't think I fell asleep any. So I did good.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did pretty good. Now, before the inauguration, of course, we had, your president, your outgoing president, President Trump. He had quite a bit of shenanigans on his way out. What about these pardons?
So many
Oh my
parts.
God. Kodak Black. Like, how do what is going on?
Yeah, how did he even get on the radar? I was like,
Right. So I don't want anyone to feel like I don't think he deserved to be pardoned, which I don't even know the behind the scenes of his case. But I'm just saying, like, how do these individuals make it to the president?
well, you know who didn't make it? What is he? Y'all Tiger King? What's his name?
Joe Exotic.
Listen,
Did you guys hear?
but he had the
whole
stretch
party.
limo waiting because he just knew that he was going to be pardoned, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
He really?
That's
He
what
had
I.
a whole freaking party.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
Kwame Kilpatrick was on the list.
It was quite a few.
I think it was like what 140, 40 something.
130 something around that.
It is what it is. I can't knock them for trying to get out of whatever it is they were in, but
Right.
every Joe Regular didn't get it. Joe Exotic didn't get it, but
Listen, I thought it was interesting his YMCA song of choice. I'm like, so he couldn't get anybody to clear a song. And I wonder if in his village people are still living and would have given him clearance to even use that song.
And it's so weird that he would use the village people, given the fact of what that represents.
I was like, he has to know.
Yeah.
Like, but he probably doesn't have many other options because every time he tries to use someone's music, they end up trying to sue him,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're like, I did not authorize the usage of my music.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But ladies, what about his goodbye speech between him and Melania? Melania was like, "All right, bye."
Right. Like, see y'all later.
I was like, board the plane.
Yes.
Right. I just don't even want to think about these past 5 years. Just want to make like a null and void. It never happened.
Right. But one thing about her is she did have some beautiful outfits up until getting off that plane, though, at Mar-a-Lago.
Right. What was that? A muumuu? Like
Yeah.
a muumuu? Yeah. I've seen that.
With
Like,
oranges.
yes. This was like, I'm out of here.
But you know it wasn't cheap.
I'm sorry, girl. All right.
I was saying, that muumuu wasn't cheap, though.
No. Speaking of fashion, my auntie, like, she slays every time. I was just so proud of her. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
she
We
is
have
like
we have
so
our
beautiful.
pearls. I don't have any chucks, but I have on my pearls.
Girl, do you know I don't own any chucks? I was like looking in my closet, like, chucks.
But they're cheap. They're not expensive. And now
They're not, and my kids have them, but I've never owned a pair of Converses.
yeah, I have seen your babies with their Chuck Taylors. Yeah.
I've never owned a pair. I don't even know what's the reason behind it, but I never had a pair.
Well, but you know what? Maybe one day you'll get some if you want them. It's not a requirement, but at least you got on your beautiful pearls.
Always.
Yeah, we're celebrating our new vice president.
Check my
yeah,
sleeves.
pearls on the shirt, on the sleeves. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't need the chucks. I did it everywhere else.
On the Bella Street.
I like it. I like it. But yes, the fashions for the inauguration day, those jewel tones.
Yes.
I kind of wanted more from Mama La.
Kamala,
I call her Mama La.
what
Like
is
her kids.
Kamala?
Her kids call her Mama La.
Her stepkids.
Her stepchildren? I mean, she doesn't have any birth children, but her stepchildren call her Mama La.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think you have to consider the roles. I think that she had to be more. I couldn't get a good.
I don't feel like it was
grasp
any
for the
different. I was just saying, I don't feel like it was any different than the ladies at my church.
but the ladies at your church, they think they look beautiful in their outfits.
Ooh.
I'm just, like, no, I'm not saying that she didn't look beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like,
What would you have liked to see her wear? Something like what?
something more fashionable. Like maybe some bigger buttons or a matching mask or just something. Like,
You have to remember,
something.
she's not a first lady. She's a vice president. I don't know. In my mind, I wasn't mad at it. Like, you know.
Michelle gave us, like, let's just say Kamala had on what Michelle had on. That would have given me, that's still vice president, right? With the belt. Like, it was still.
No,
I guess I was just looking for more.
I think she's trying not to be disrespectful, but stay beautiful and respectful. Her Vogue cover, that was already a problem, but that wasn't on her. That's on whoever dressed her for that Vogue shoot.
Fashion. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think she could have gotten away with wearing what Michelle Obama had. Now, what I would say is, had they have had a ball, then we probably would have been able to see her let down her hair a little more. But because it was an official ceremony, she's the first one to ever do it. And I don't think, like, if it was Shirley Chisholm, I doubt that Shirley Chisholm would have worn anything other than a two-piece.
She always looked nice.
Yeah, but she wouldn't. She probably would have worn the same thing. And the person that dressed her has actually made a lot of outfits and dresses for Michelle Obama. The fashion house, the gentleman from New Orleans, he's done clothes for Michelle Obama as well. Okay. And so I think he was just trying to. The color was very pretty, but yeah, I don't think I would have seen her in something more than that. But she is. You're right. She's not the. She's very straight laced.
Exactly. So I feel like that just carried over into her attire anyway. Like it's who she is, right? Because any other person who, you know, could have still been in that role, but could have been a more fashion forward person, the outfits would have been different. So even Jill had her mask to match her shoes. I don't know if you guys peeped that.
Hard to say though, because here again, you're comparing apples and oranges. We've never had a female president, vice president, so it's hard to say what they would have done. But comparing Jill, who's a first lady, to a vice president, my mind was wrapped around like that too. But I had to think different roles. When you're a first lady, you have more liberties to how you want to dress. You can go back to Jackie O, to modern days of Michelle Obama, and then people look to them for their fashions. When you think about a president or vice president, people really, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, people, this is a whole new territory for it, which I heard that wasn't even the one that was supposed to be released, but you know, that's another topic.
Yeah, but both of them I thought was lackluster, and a lot of people had issues with that. But I think we want to make sure we don't allow that kind of stuff to cloud us, because no other presidents did they bother except for President Obama with his outfits, and it just that tan suit. He tried to get out the box one time, and they've been messing with him with that tan suit.
She's a female, so she's going to be even more scrutinized.
Yeah,
so she has to. I think tread very lightly. She's being a trailblazer. You know, she is.
I mean, she is. It is what it is. She's already that. You know, like you can't take that from her.
No, I mean, she'll kind of set the foundation for what perhaps in 2024 female president could dress like, and you know, so to have that door now open to show how women in leadership could present themselves. So it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, and
I'm excited.
change. It's going to change because as she gets more fashion houses behind her, her outfits will change. Her style will change. But you know, all you need is that one good stylist. But kudos to them because, from what I understand, all of the ladies that were present in whichever role they were in, they all use American fashion houses, and so that's
nice.
really good. I know
Yeah.
that's something that our last first lady, our former first lady, was she got a lot of heat for because she never wore any American brands.
And dare I say, if it were others, i.e. Michelle Obama, you know, it would have been a big to do.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, ladies, we're going to take a really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to keep going on the inauguration. There's so much to talk about,
Okay, sure.
especially our sweet little Bernie. We got to talk about Mr. Bernie, who has been giving us laughs in that parka and mittens. So, ladies, y'all coming back? You going to fill up your cups, fill up your drinks?
Yes, I need some more sparkling juice here. I'm running low.
Okay. And yes, it's alcohol-free week, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we are back in the lab review. And right now we are going to kick it back to the inauguration. When we left off, we were discussing all of the ladies and their fashion with their jewel tones. And something that really came up was Vice President Kamala Harris. Look, I got to make sure I say the whole thing. Vice President Kamala Harris. The expectation world is going to basically have on her as far as how she moves, not only as the vice president, but being the first Black woman, the first South Asian Black woman. I should say that.
Can't leave that out.
No, we cannot. We want to make sure that we're all inclusive.
Right.
But because she is, like you said, Ari, a trailblazer, how the world is going to perceive her, how they're going to treat her.
Yeah. Eyes are going to be on her heavy, especially those that don't want women in power, that think that women can't do the job as well as a man can. So it's really going to be interesting. I think only time will tell. But I think that's why I think she's very mindful of that, even with her dress, how she presents herself and things that she says. I think that she recognizes being all those first weighs a lot and will cause a lot of eyes to be on her. So we'll see. We got 4 years to see how it goes.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody could be as worse as what we just had. So I think we're on a up and up.
Oh, amen, Lord, amen. I can't do. Look, we can't do that again.
No, this is like all off subject, I'm sure. But did you guys hear? Like, I guess after the 26th, like all foreign countries that are coming back to the USA have to have like a COVID test.
Yes, and what I like is President Biden. Don't that sound so good? President Biden.
Yes,
much better.
Yes, President Biden he's done a lot of executive orders since he took office, just in this last week. Thank the Lord. And COVID was one of his top priorities, especially what were we talking about?
Absolutely.
That $2,000, deciding what they can do about that. I know he's not going to want to do an executive order for that just because he doesn't want to create division. But for the things that he has, I think he's trying to get us back to where we were, making sure that our relationships with the other foreign countries are really where they need to be. Because there were people that didn't even want us to come during COVID because they didn't like the way our president was handling things.
Yeah.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to travel.
I'm here for that.
I know.
I have trips lined up this year, so I'm curious to see how these things go.
Are you going to get the vaccine?
I am not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I know other people that's very close to me who have, other people who are waiting to get started, but that's just, I don't put any foreign things in my body.
So you haven't had any vaccines? Your
I
whole
typically don't
childhood?
get any. I've hadn't had a flu shot in many. I mean, obviously my childhood I couldn't control those, but since I've been an adult and things that I can't control, I don't do.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's kind of weird, right? Because I do allow my children to get their flu shots, but I don't get them. But yeah, so that's why. I don't take birth control. I don't. I just take like a multivitamin, try to keep it organic, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, there's not wrong with
So,
that.
not saying in the future that I wouldn't consider taking it if it really was like a life or death situation, but I don't feel like I need to be one of the first people to take it.
I got you.
I don't have to be number one.
Y'all go ahead.
Huh?
I got
You're
you.
like, y'all go ahead, do that.
Yeah, like,
I'll join
I mean,
later.
are you guys considering taking it, or like, what are your views?
Well, right now I'm not on the list to take it. I'm working on 1B now. I'm not 75 or older. I don't work in education. And
Right.
even though I work around people that have been testing the virus and testing out all of the vaccines, I'm not in a lab. So I'm not on the list. On the list, I probably will go ahead.
My job did offer it, and I've declined it this time. Probably within, I know eventually I will take it, more than likely, but
So if you had chicken pox as a kid, you can end up with shingles as an adult.
Yeah, but they have the vaccine now, right, against chickenpox, don't they?
Yeah,
Isn't it
but
measles? What is it?
those vaccine.
They
Yeah,
have it, right? Yeah.
yeah, they have the chickenpox vaccine, but I don't think it matters because it's already been in your body.
I've just seen them advertising the shingles vaccine.
Okay.
This commercial with some older people and like, where we're going now. I don't know if y'all ever seen that, but they kind of make a U-turn real quick to go get the vaccine on the commercial. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's the exact same thing or not.
I don't know, but there's a lot of things they came up with after the fact. Like make sure you don't have cavities. They put something along the lines of your teeth, and it will prevent you from having cavities. And I was like, well,
Did it work?
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
where was I?
What? Where was I?
I was like, because Lord knows. I was like,
Is it like the fluoride? No, that's not, has nothing to do with it, right?
It's not the fluoride. It's something else. I have to pull it up. But no, it's some treatment that they do when they're younger to prevent them from having cavities. Once they have their adult teeth.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I am appalled that I did not get.
I know.
That I didn't get offered that. Okay.
Right. Right. But anyway, that's enough on those vaccines. Let's go back to inauguration because we don't want to miss out. Did you catch the performances? Yeah. So no balls, but they tried to do what they could to make sure we were still entertained.
What did y'all think about Gaga at the day of inauguration?
Oh, with her little
It was a huge bird. Did you see the meme about it?
No, what did it say?
And like, well, it was like a whole little, like, you know how they will mouth like what the people are saying. So it's like conversations, like Michelle is talking to somebody, and they're like, "Did you see the bird? It's the bird."
So,
there was like a whole
unpopular opinion. I liked her outfit.
You said you didn't?
I did.
Oh, I think most people did. I think most people did.
The bird was a bit
about
big.
that bird.
I mean, it was the peace dove. We are coming with peace.
Yes. But I think anything that Lady Gaga does, people are going to talk about it, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
I always like a red pop of color, so I was.
Yeah,
it was up my alley.
That she can have. You know, we've seen some outrageous costume wardrobe from her. So, given that, I think it was very, very mild.
But I can see myself wearing that outfit minus the bird. You know, the black ensemble, the little head thing, and then a pop of color with this big red.
Where are you wearing it to?
One of those balls that was canceled. To a ball.
But I feel bad for them because a lot of times those balls for the organizations are their money makers. Especially the charitable ones, that's how they make their money. And so to not have it, that was boom, no fundraiser for them. Yeah, her performance was really good. I know some people had an issue with her and how she sung. I thought it was nice.
What we not gonna do is
did she say? But I found out later that I think it was Spanish for like for justice and liberty for all or something like that.
It's the Liberty Fall.
I think that's what they're saying it translated to.
How does it go?
I don't speak Spanish fluently. I don't
No,
know.
but that quote is American.
And they're Spanish Americans. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying, what is it? Let me Google.
Oh, that she translated it.
Yeah, I'm like, what you said, I think that's what it is. I'm like, what is the real one?
Justice and liberty for all.
Oh, that was all she said?
You can look it up. You know, they have a lot of extra wording and it just be like 5 words.
Oh.
Look it up.
I got it.
The one nation, indivisible. So I was going with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, is that all she said was the Pledge of Allegiance?
Isn't that a lot? The bottom line is she was like, we about to be together again. No division.
What was she saying? What did you just look up?
When I looked up, it brought me up to the Pledge of Allegiance, but that's not the song that she sang, right?
No, that was she sung America the Beautiful and this land is yours.
Right.
This land is
I didn't know that.
So I feel like that was perfect song for her, being that, you know, like she is Hispanic. We talked about the wall, talk about Mexico, you know, like it just kind of, you know, this land is for you and me, you know, like racism, you know, the whole 9. I thought that was the perfect song. Like we're trying to bring peace back. It goes with Lady Gaga, Peace Dove, you know, the whole thing.
Yes, oneness. Oneness.
That's
unity. Why they had Tim McGraw, even though I didn't recognize Tim McGraw. I was like, who is that?
Who is that?
Ooh.
I didn't recognize him.
And then he was going around hugging everybody. It's COVID.
Tim McGraw said he was going to take it all the way.
All the past presidents and first ladies that were president. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Wait, was it not Tim McGraw?
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, thank you.
Garth Brooks.
Tim McGraw.
Look, I thought Tim was there. I said, well, let me be quiet. I might have missed him.
He was. He sung at the end, right before Katy Perry fireworks. He was
fireworks. Okay.
Tim McGraw was in the city. He probably was sitting down in the crowd. The very small.
I thought about Bernie and Bill Clinton sleeping. Not Bill Clinton always sleep.
Bill is always sleeping.
Bill Clinton was sleeping.
Always.
That melatonin be kicking in.
They got a picture. He's like eyes closed, just dozed off. Bush find Michelle ominous time. He found her.
Oh, he found her. You didn't see the picture?
No.
They said one thing about it, he gonna find Michelle.
Always. He loves Michelle.
Yeah, didn't you see it? That meme you were talking about from earlier, where they were going around from different persons and doing the voiceover for them. He was on there with Michelle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's it.
Because didn't one of the voices say, why are you over here by my wife or something crazy?
I know Hillary kept looking for Bill.
Oh, yes.
I know that one.
Until she got fed up and she left. Don't you remember she left?
He had already left.
And then
I don't know where he was. No, he hadn't left. Wasn't he taking selfies with the black lady in the...
Yes, he was entertaining.
But yeah, so...
He's doing his thing.
See, I think it was a good sense of brought back some sense of normalcy to presidency, to just formalities of, leadership in this country. That have been missing these last 4 years. I'm glad Mike Pence did show up. I'm not surprised though. But I think
how do y'all feel about Trump not even coming? Like, he's just ghetto.
Not surprised.
And frankly, I don't care. I was so sick of seeing him. By the time it was time for him to go, I think we had been fed up with him. Most of us were fed up with him from the very beginning. But at this point, even most of the not most, but many of the Republicans were like, okay, can you just please?
I think his absence allowed us to really focus on reason for the day, to the purpose of the day, and not because he's a distraction.
He is.
And so I think that allowed the focus to really be centered back on moving forward and trying to put that behind us. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I was kind of glad he didn't come, honestly. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later.
And I was thankful. I watched NBC, and I was just thankful that we didn't have to do too many of the side by sides of what he was doing versus what President Biden was doing. Once he got off the plane and they waved to their contributors and all of their fans, that was the end. We didn't have to see them anymore, and we could solely focus on moving forward.
But these folks are really delusional. They're really delusional. Did you hear the clip with the lady that's like, President Trump,
help us. They got it. Help us.
Please help us. Did y'all hear that?
Save us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I have a little piece of it.
The conspiracy theorists are out, honey. They said, first of all, Biden got sworn in at like 11:49, and it wasn't officially 12 o'clock, so he's technically not the real president. Have y'all seen that one?
Not true.
And then his hand was not like all the way down on the Bible, so that's not true. That's another void.
Hold up, they better not talk about that Bible, because first of all, that Bible it was made by King James himself.
Yes.
The Bidens. That's like one of the Bibles your grannies got at home, and they put all the family records in it.
Yes. Somebody said this is a Lovecraft Country reference, but they're like, this is the Book of Names. It's a reference from Lovecraft Country, but it's a big, thick book.
Yeah.
Like that. But
yes.
That's been his family for 100 years, at least.
That's beautiful.
Probably 200.
So do they come with their own Bibles?
Yes. Yeah, they have to have their own Bibles. And there's actually Museum of the Bible here in Washington, D.C. And they have all of the Bibles of the presidents that they use. And many of them donated their Bibles, or they have them on loan. And you can go see them when you go to the Museum of the Bible, which if you haven't been, it's a newer museum. It's more of a private one than the public ones that you can go in for free. You do have to pay. It's not a part of the Smithsonian, but it's a really cool museum. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have a membership to go there. So if y'all come
on membership.
If y'all come to visit me, we're gonna go on to the Museum of the Bible. Bibliothèque.
All right, RBD, when we going to visit La Ramsey? So we can go see.
As soon as they calm down even more with COVID, I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah, this one's touchy. I don't know.
It's okay, but we're thankful that things are starting to open back up, because since we had the insurrection, some of the restaurants that were scheduled to open back up on the 15th in DC, they were like, oh no, y'all can't open up until after the inauguration. We don't have time. Yep, they even shut down the MARTA, I'm thinking of Atlanta, but they even shut down the metro system. So you couldn't stop in those areas at those train stations that were in DC in those inauguration. So basically the tourist areas, Union Station, they didn't stop there. So I was like, well, I can't even go down and grab me a flag because I can't take the metro. And we don't drive down there if we can help it.
Wow. Hopefully things will get back to normal a little bit.
I know. One day. But, they're working it on out just so we can stop being the embarrassment of the world. That will be helpful.
I know,
absolutely.
Right?
So we didn't quite touch on the Dior Air Jordan 1s that Mama Liz.
Yeah.
Nephew-in-law.
One of he had the Dior ones.
That made me happy.
But one of President Biden's granddaughters had some ones too, but they weren't Dior.
Oh, they weren't Dior. Okay.
When they were, she had them on. I don't know if she had them on the whole time.
Okay.
But she had on the all navy blue. I noticed her feet. She had on the blue and white ones. So
okay, they were dressed really, really nice. The grands.
For the most part, I didn't like that green dress with those silver boots.
With the green dress and the
Yeah,
I don't know why I can't call her name right now.
Mina? Is it Mina?
Well, but all in all, ladies, the inauguration was really good. So I'm just thankful that we can finally keep moving on. Any last words?
I'm proud to be an American.
I might just have to.
Listen, I used to be embarrassed, honey. Like, holy shit.
Imagine what it's like living overseas. Yeah, we were always, Ramsey, what's going on with your president?
Yes. My cousins will be sending me stuff like, y'all okay over there? It's a little third world.
Hey, you got people that don't want to come back now because they were worried about what was going on. But this leads us, speaking of which, Keyshia Cole, Ashanti, Verzuz.
Ashanti won. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, but they had, when I tuned in, well, each time, I have to be honest, I tuned in and I tuned out, but they had 1.2 million, and then it'll drop to 1.1, then it'll drop to 1 million, and then maybe about 5 minutes later, it'll come back up.
Isn't that like one of the highest verses that we had? I don't think I ever seen nobody get to the millions.
No.
Who got to the millions?
Didn't somebody get 1.6?
I thought somebody had 2 one time.
2 million?
Yeah. But I have a question. What time did it actually start?
Or what time was it supposed to start?
All of them are supposed to start at 8 o'clock. This one probably started a little after 10. Ashanti was an hour late, and Keyshia was about an hour and a half late.
Are you serious?
They were so late that in the comments, Swiss Beats says like this is becoming disrespectful at this point.
Yeah. To me, I wasn't. First off,
I think they were at their house.
Yeah. Well, first off, I wasn't overly excited for the Verzuz. In the beginning, I was like, okay. I was a little excited, but I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then when it got postponed, I was like over it. I was like, they might as well just cancel it.
They got postponed because someone had COVID.
I understand that, but it's something that I really wasn't interested in the first place. And then you postpone it, that's going to make you lose interest.
You're just not a fan.
Not really. I mean, I like the music and it was a part of my childhood, but I mean, I'm not just about to go.
Baby. No.
No.
Oh, okay.
So I thought they were not the caliber of artists that could be late and especially not that late.
Right. They're no Patti LaBelle and
right.
I agree.
I'm saying
they were entirely too late. But did you catch the little drama between them two? Did you see that?
When they were like, "It's my turn," I started something. I saw a clip of that.
I was like, "Whoo, excuse me."
Yeah, and then Keyshia Cole, whatever she was wearing was annoying me, and trying to stand up.
You ain't like this outfit?
No, and it wasn't even a bustier because it didn't boost anything. Everything was still dragged down.
It was a bustier.
Like, I thought it started thinking about Margaret, and I was like, "Oh, Margaret would be like, where your support? Because she don't have on no support garment."
Shanti was complaining about hers cutting up the crotch. You didn't hear her?
No, I didn't tune in. I literally kept going in
and out.
Yeah.
All in all, I think it was pretty decent. I always like when people artists get to showcase their music. So I've attended every Verzuz. I feel like I've been to everyone since the beginning of time. I'm an avid Verzuz goer. An avid Verzuz tuner-inner.
Yeah, I could have done without this one. And frankly, they were really trying to pull out the songs. They were trying to get as many songs as they could. And I was like, I don't know this song. And then even people that were doing the commenting were like, what is that? I don't know. Y'all know this one? No, I don't know this one. Oh, by default, Ashanti won. I don't even know this song.
It was one of them. She was like, the fans have been asking me to play this little girl, and she played it. I was like, what fans? Because I had never heard this song in my life.
No, yeah, it's not like Brandy and Monica where they've had so many CDs, and if you're either of their fans or both, you generally have heard the whole CD. Like, if you're a Monica's fan, you have heard the entire CD. But I was like, I don't know, not one of these songs.
I believe that Keyshia has way more hits than Ashanti, obviously, but I feel like the professionalism and what was displayed that night, Ashanti won just by being reasonable, being professional, not having an attitude. And those were things that, that I feel like that was what was left to grade them on, right? Because like you said, either you're a fan of one or the other, right? So it was nothing to really grade on. I know Keyshia Cole showed up late with the attitude. You already lost 10 points.
Well, but you know, she was gonna have the attitude.
That's been her probably whole career.
Yeah.
Her whole career.
Her whole career.
What I find very interesting is that they are the same zodiac sign, and that's why I always say, like, people could be the same sign as you and act totally different. They like day and night to me, and they're like a day apart.
Yeah, but then you gotta also your upbringing,
right? Yeah, that plays a huge part in it. Like
all of the things that make us beyond just
the zodiac. Yeah, absolutely.
But her I think she get that from her upbringing, that attitude, and we've seen a lot of her fix my lives and her TV show.
Life on display.
Yeah, we've seen it, so we know how it is. Ashanti, we've never seen, we've heard about her, but we mostly hear about her relationships, not really Ashanti the person.
Right.
So we don't really know
her per se.
Not really. We hear things and we're like, is that really her? Like Irv Gotti's wife. That's Ashanti. Oh gosh, no, not as
right.
Sorry, just said it all. Like, oh. Well, what happened
speaking
with her and Nelly? Why they not together?
Oh my God, I used to love them together.
Me too.
But I heard mixed things, so I was like, okay, well, it is.
I heard it was him and her.
Yeah,
combination.
It is what it is.
Some of my favorite, definitely the Beanie Man and About to Kill 'Em All was one of my favorite ones. It was like the energy and the hype and my background, so that was a favorite one. Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight was awesome. Because those iconic. Are like, yeah, it was like my mom's artists. So like, watch that for her. Like those are her peoples. What else? Brandy and Monica was cool too, but they had their attention.
But yeah, so you said the Verzuz was decent. So let me ask you, ladies, what has been your favorite Verzuz, or some of your favorite in that?
They didn't wow me.
My favorite was probably, well, without a doubt, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Those are two of my favorite artists. Right. So that's probably my number one Verzuz. Then I think they had did Lil Jon do one?
Yeah, Lil Jon and T-Pain was like one of the first ones. They were amazing. Yeah, right? that was what that set us off, right? That's the ones I remember.
Yeah, and then
the one that was the least or the most underwhelming, John Legend and Alicia Keys. I didn't even know they had one.
Exactly.
Oh man, missed that one. When was it? I didn't realize they considered they had 2 seasons. I thought it all just ran together. Oh, actually, it was in the second season, June 2020. Mm-hmm. They did it for Juneteenth.
I think 112 and Jagged Edge had the potential to be a little bit better, but I think theirs was like sound issues. But I like them as well.
I didn't watch that one.
It was sound problems.
That's probably why I turned off.
You turned it off.
Probably.
No, I was gonna say like the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer one was like the first Verzuz that you actually had 2 people in the same room, so their sound was amazing, their energy was hype, and that's probably why theirs was a little bit better to me, because that was like one of the first ones they were in the same location. Then they started doing like Fab and Jadakiss and like DMX and Snoop Dogg, like they all started being in the same location, and then now we switch back to, because like with Teddy Riley and Babyface, there's always that sound issue when you have 2 people in 2 different places. Like those, anytime you see the split screen, I knew the sound about to be somebody's sound gonna be messed up.
Yeah, and because you can always hear somebody a little better or a little clearer.
Right.
And their sound on this week was so bad, and for whatever reason, whenever they would turn my music up, turn my music up, and then turn me up. And then at one point they weren't synced, and so Ashanti was trying to sing some of Keyshia Cole's songs, and she was singing behind, and she was off key, and it was just like no, somebody just put on mute, please, because the singing wasn't. I was like, please stop this.
I almost fell out my chair when they said something about Ciroc, and Keyshia Cole was like, I didn't get, like, they not paying me, and Ashanti was like, I got a Ciroc check.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Know your contract.
Right. So that's probably why she had an even more a bigger ad. Well, I know one thing. I can't wait until we get some more verses. I wonder, do you think they're going to keep doing verses after the COVID?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think there'll still be an interest there for it. I guess as long as it's real popular, they'll probably continue to do them. And it makes you do some type of transition into live performances, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But once the world opens back up, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and at least stars are still able to make some money. I know I will go to a show if it's live and in person. I hope so. Well, I look forward to more verses and I can't wait. But I believe that our discussion today has come to a conclusion. What about you?
I concur.
Well, in that case, Lady Ari,
Yes, Lady Law.
in the lab review, it might be best that we put on our voices and let it be heard today as we close out this inaugural episode in celebration for inauguration.
Indubitably.
So in that case, may we, ladies and gentlemen, may we please have your attention as we close out with the likes of Madam Lady Gaga.
Clutch your large eagles over your chest.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.